Parents are often categorized by their unconditional love for their children and the lengths that they're willing to go to do things for them. Children, on the other hand, are often categorized by their inattentiveness, ungratefulness, and general underappreciation of the things that their parents actually do for them. However, sometimes life has a funny way of working, and these roles are sometimes reversed. In this program, including Love You Forever by Robert Munsch, My Parents Are Making Me Crazy by Ken Nesbitt, I Needed You by Patty Bunn, and Laughs Last by Shannon Dare, I'll be showing you just what could happen when these roles are reversed. A mother held her newborn baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She held him and she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. And that baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. And he grew until he was 2 years old. He ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves, pulled all of the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." But at night, when the 2-year-old was quiet, she'd open the door, sneak into his room, crawl across the floor, look up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And as she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. And that little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. He never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma would come to visit, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to a zoo. But at night, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. And if that boy was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. And the little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends, he wore strange clothes, and he listened to strange music. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at night, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of the bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked up that teenager and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. And that teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and got a house all the way across town. But sometimes, on dark nights, the mother got in her car and she drove across town. And if all the lights were out in her son's house, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And as she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older. And one day she called her son and said, you better come see me because I'm very old and sick. So her son came to see her. When he came to the door, she tried to sing the song, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. So that son went to his mother and he picked her up and he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And as he rocked her, he sang the song, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be. When the son came home that night, he stood for a very long time at the top of his stairs. When he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping, he picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And as he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." My parents are making me crazy. They're driving me utterly mad. I'm mental because of my mother, and I'm losing it because of my dad. My mom tells me, "Go do your homework," and my dad's yelling, "Vacuum the floors." Then mom says, "Turn off the TV now," and dad hollers, "Finish your chores." With all their grousing and griping, my brain is beginning to hurt. My dad's shouting, "Clean up the kitchen," and my mom's saying, "Tuck in your shirt." I feel like I'm losing my marbles. If I go bananas today, then please give this note to my parents when the funny farm takes me away. When I needed you, you didn't have time. You had other problems more important than mine. When I felt all alone and I reached out to you, you had places to go, more important things to do. I tried to get your attention. I needed to know that you cared. I guess you didn't notice that I was so scared. I needed your help to decide what to do, and you said, "I'll find time for you later." I guess that wasn't true. What should I have done to have earned some of your time? I tried to be patient while standing in line. I needed your opinion on the right and wrong, on which path to follow. I had the need to belong. Whenever I failed, that always got your attention, but the good that I did, you never did mention. I paid a high price for what should have been free. The price for your attention has cost my future as a fee. We shared the same house, but we never did know each other. Remember me? I'm your kid. And you are my father and mother. I stopped laughing a long time ago. I stopped crying not too long after that. When I was 15, my father died. I think I killed him. I wouldn't laugh. I wouldn't laugh at his jokes. All he wanted was for me to laugh at his jokes. That's not hard. That's not a high expectation. What's so bad about that? I don't know if he ever knew that I loved him. I don't know if he ever knew that I thought he was funny. I loved him more than anything in this world. I don't think he ever knew that. I loved him. 2 months before he died, he asked me to wear the whoop again. I told him no. I said I had outgrown that 2 years ago. And he looked so hurt when I said that. It was like I was rejecting him. The childhood that he gave me, I didn't even care. I just shrugged my shoulders and thought that he had to move on. I was so goddamn involved in myself. I had to be cool. I had to be a teenager. I had to be defiant. I had to not listen to my parents. I couldn't show him that I cared. I couldn't show my love. Then he died. He died and he never knew. He died with only the bratty words of a spoiled teenager in his mind. And I never got to say goodbye. I never got to say, "I love you," one last time. It must have been years since he had heard those words out of my mouth. I love you, Daddy. I'm still your little girl. I'll always be your little girl. Hold me, Daddy. Please. Just for a little while. Please. Daddy.